This next story in our series about black entrepreneurs is sure to make you smile.
That's right, it better at least. Tonight we meet a dentist raised in the South, now breaking barriers with her Madison Avenue practice. Antoine Lewis shares her story.
48-year-old Rene Rivera was looking for a new dentist. He turned to colleagues where he works for a few suggestions.
Through one of those work emails that people mass send out, they say, I'm looking for a dentist. And one of my coworkers responded.
That coworker responded with Boutique Smiles in Midtown Manhattan, a dentist's office owned and managed by Dr. Angela Abernathy, whose dreams of becoming a dentist began as a young girl growing up in Northwest Alabama.
I was that weird kid that I actually wanted braces, and I loved going to the dentist when I was younger.
As for the dentists in her hometown, only a few were her gender, and none were her complexion.
It was a white male, older white male, which is what we kind of see a lot in our industry, especially where I'm from. You know, that's just what it was. It wasn't, there weren't that many people of color, not in my small town. Now, maybe in a bigger city, Huntsville, Birmingham, maybe so.
She enrolled in dentistry school at a historically black college in Tennessee, eventually joining a practice in Nashville. But the ghosts of the Jim Crow South would reemerge from time to time and haunt the struggling young doctor.
I did have a case where there's this one man who came in and he looked around and I didn't hear everything he said, but my front desk person at the time was saying that he just looked around. He said, oh, I thought this was supposed to be a bigger space or whatever or something, and he walked out the door. But in hindsight, it was like, was that really why? You always think, is that really why you left? Because he didn't make the appointment. His wife made the appointment.
11 years ago, she decided to open a practice in New York and help further a national footprint in dentistry for African Americans and for women.
So many other people are commenting, hey, do you have anyone in D.C.? Do you have anyone in Miami, in Nashville? And so there's so many people who aren't aware that there are so many dentists and physicians of color that are out there.
And while Abernathy admits her journey wasn't always easy, abandoning it was never an option, which for Rivera made a strong first impression.
It's a sad truth. A lot of people will see failure as a brick wall as opposed to just a stepping stone. And generally speaking, women of color, fighting through failure is an absolute necessity.
And when asked if she considers herself a trailblazer, here is where the Manhattan dentist again becomes the little girl from the South, determined to bring healthy smiles to those who want them.
To be called a trailblazer, I would just, not embarrassed, but I'll just be kind of shy about that because I'm like, me? Little old me? I just do the best I can just to make people feel good. And just knowing that you're helping someone, you're, improving their smile, improving their health, that kind of drives you every day.
Having a great dentist is important.
It really is.
It's a big deal.